Alright, this video is how socializing ever since you've been 3 years old drags on. Alright, literally, so for Max and James who actually play a game, literally, this is for, anything that, is spring and spontaneous, that's not going into their back and forth, really, when they're sharing subjects, with the literature minds of, children, okay? So I just want to, flat out, say it, for the people who double imply, alright? The definitely of me wearing outfits, okay? Beckett, a girl who was originally reading a book, literally telling you about the frogs and stuff like that, and tell you, to stop complaining. Alright? Guess what ended up happening? Me and her had a moment. So we went up to the special ed class right next to Mr. Padley. When there was a slit in her jeans, literally with her ass was looking fat as fuck. And guess what Ernest did? He went up to her and he said, "Hey Becca, nice ass." And she's like, "What?" And that's why I'm telling you it's not worth it, okay? Literally, so there's more that I have to tell you something about this video. Because the alternate timeline has something to do and revolved around, a rapper not being able to freestyle. One big flaw, alright? The other, big flaw, literally, the alternate timeline revolves around, alright, is that, criticism is a catch-22 because you already took it, alright? Literally, that's, only partially true because you don't know what criticism is. Criticism is doing the greatest thing of all time, literally calling it shit and redoing it over and over again. That's why you don't understand literally what criticism is. And 9 times out of 10, a critic literally is, somebody who's sick, a criminal that still has, debts and still has, things on his criminal record that stops them from living real life, fully. All right, that's the problem between most producers. Okay, so that's the 3 main things, literally. And so with Enso, with PE, Demetrius was a beast in an alternate timeline. You want to know why? Because literally we're playing Battle of Z, at PE, literally. And so he was like, "Oh, I play that game too." Literally, he did a foot move. Literally, did James did a foot move. Then Courtney did a foot move. And everybody literally was doing the characters. And so you made this guy literally still trying too hard. Literally, he's like, "I don't know how to do that move." Literally, this and that. And then we're Kevin to Vegeta. Literally, I know how to do that one. Okay, so it's stupid. It's completely fucking stupid. So why people are mad is because they're hitting the button with Uncle Tom Lily and they're not hitting the continuity. You wanna know why? Literally, okay, I'm not trying to get cocky, alright? Literally, I'm telling you the truth. Literally, because I'm in the Board of Education. I use Devario with Daniela. What that means is that I'm using autism. Literally, I'm the out of shape. Literally, so if you try to do something gangster, literally, autism's there to prone it and stop it. Alright? Literally, so Devario is when I'm presenting something plain by itself, saying I'm a big tier temptation. Literally, when you're evaluate, it's just the move. It's not anything else. You're just delivering something plain. And that's why when they're trying to push the button, it's not working, okay? Literally, that's one of them. So when I left, I said imaginary like, chances of you being wrong, I was representing a left or a right in a fight, okay? Literally, so what that means, alright? Literally, is that whenever you try to get a hit, there's a thing called axle hitch, in the message bonds. And you know how I said I got no hit? It said that he got no hit during Call of Duty because it's supposed to be that way because he's used the reverse psychology. That's why everything I'm doing is amazing, okay? It is a funny ass show I had to say about, Mandy, alright? Is that literally when I got signed up in that fucking sign game because my mom is first real treat, so you know how people are. It's funny, alright? It's completely fucking funny. That's why you're idiots, okay? Alright, because what ends up happening, right? Literally, is if he tries to do a move, I did move first, okay? Literally, so it looks retarded, alright? Literally, so the process keeps going, alright? Now, remember, literally, when I made all those, Teen Titans designs way back in the day, is when you got stuck, in terms of standard, alright? Literally, so that's just one of them, okay? Literally, the second one of them is that you need to understand that literally, these people are hiding behind their shit, all the way to the point where they're holding on to grudge between your uncle and your dad. Because what that means is that, they're finding somebody literally of going all out being social, being crazy. You can't be the constant believe this and that. To put what I'm saying, yo, these people are willing to lie. Humans are willing to lie to the point if they say a conspiracy theory, literally, they'll get a nuclear bomb saying, we need to get this motherfucker for his boot base and do everything, literally, because a lie in reverse psychology is so fucking powerful. They can have a whole bunch of idiots do something, but not one people will support free skate. Literally, that's the truth about this world. Alright, literally, so, this is all fucking prompted shit. There's something I forgot, alright? Literally, so, that's just one of them, okay? Fuck. Alright, so also, that Naruto, the box challenge is obviously a Medela. I cut it short, alright, literally for a video. Since I don't have, proper delivery, I just had 40 minutes, worth of space. Now I only have 629 on this video count, alright? Now, just think about it. Fuck. Oh, I hit, the bullseye yesterday where it came to Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. It was on air. It was on TV again, yesterday, alright? Night, and guess what I got? Literally, I got Zack right where it came to two twins is Zack and Cody. Literally, I got it. Literally, was still not sure that was available during the Burlington, store. Literally, what I just got done seeing the Demon Slayer movie. Literally, because I am a genius, that is my son, alright? Literally said, in the air everything, alright? Literally, when Flow Rider came out and the Air's Crazy So River, alright? My generation, literally, I come from an entire generation, guys. It's my last quote for this video. I come from an older generation, literally, where rap still exists, because Lupe Fiasco came out with Hip Hop Saved My Life, and Nicky Jean came with the fake, online, identity with Timothy Delgado, okay? Alright, so what that means, okay, for somebody who listened to E40, literally, with Eminem and all these other Bay Area rap, literally, let me tell you, okay, literally, that my generation was the last generation, of real rap or real concepts of hip hop to exist, literally, all the way to the point where it came to your cringe generation, alright, so that is all for this video.